Today, we are going to work on Shattered Survival. I want to make the advancements for the beginning part of the Nether. I have a test advancement here. But I have the ones created for the overworld. I have planned out the different advancements. Because I've already created the ones for the overworld, what I'm going to be able to do is just copy these over to a new folder and tweak them. Typically, when I'm creating advancements, I go to this beautiful site by the Destruction, and this way I can see what's possible, click it, and then view it. From here, I can just copy paste the individual portion that I need and paste it into the file. And it's really easy for me to do it piecemeal like that. I like to have the control over changing it, seeing how it's all laid out, looking at the options through the code, especially with Notepad++, which will colorize it for me. So I'm going to build these out, and I will check back in with you, and we'll look at them in game. Okay, it actually took me a while. Let's see. So, we got these guys created. We got these guys created. I've changed the names around. I've changed their position around. I've tweaked their title and description just so it fits a little better. Instead of one of these folders being called Nether and Overworld, they're called B and C, and that's just because it's the most simple way for me to figure out what shows up where. So these are going to determine the tabs of the advancement, and not specifically because it's a folder, but because it has its own root. And so the root files become a tab with their own title, their own description, their own icon, and their own background. I make these impossible to get, so you don't ever actually get the advancement that is the display advancement, the representation of the set of tasks that fall underneath it. Then my naming scheme is just to quickly know which goes where. Now, if I then need to change one, I want to change the name of the one for the stove to something. I don't know which one of these is that. So if I don't have my Google Sheet up, I don't get to know. But it's better this way, for me, I think. Again, I think I've mentioned this before, I just don't have the control I want over the advancements. Okay, but I think I have the advancements I want. I have them mostly in the order I want. I don't really get to determine that much about them. But I have the Overworld tab shows first, and the Nether tab shows second. I've rearranged them so you can't move the screen around. I'm left clicking and dragging. It all fits in within the tiny restrictive window. And it has a nice shape to it. Now, if I could control everything, I think I'd have this first, then this one at the bottom, just because that order makes a little more sense. Can't make a shattered claw without a shattered pick. Shattered pick's made from wood. This is made from stone. You need this to get the materials to make that. It's just the order of things, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. The player's going to understand I can definitely do these ones. You can probably do some of these right away, honestly. But you're going to understand you can do these ones. And if you try to do this one first, you're going to see you're missing a material, then it's going to work out. It's not, compared to some of my other maps, it's simplified. So I have all the advancements. I like the way they are. I like the icons. I like the descriptions. I don't like the text. I might go through and make all these white text like I have on my other maps, or I might just leave them. See, right now they're just default. I didn't make this purple. It's purple because it's a challenge. And the others are just green because they're green. For the Nether, surviving the underworld. The Nether seems safer, but you'll need to survive. We have Nether approved spawn point. Craft a respawn anchor using obsidian and well-reasoned thought. Advanced spawner crafting. Break a spawner. What do you find? Don't like the description on this one. I like that it's different. I like that it's odd. At the same time, it doesn't quite feel like it fits. I don't think any of these others are asking you a question. Maybe I might tweak it to break a spawner, see what it drops. Maybe more of a statement would feel like it fits better. I'm not sure. Craft a potion of your choice. I've marked the ones that I think will be a little more difficult to do as a goal, which makes it this oval shape. Build a basic nether base, or don't. It's not like I can tell. Place a block of nether bricks to toggle. I wanted to have, because this idea popped in my mind, I wanted to have at least one advancement that's meta. I don't know if you've built a base. There's no way for me to detect if you built a base, not any real way. So this is kind of just for fun. You can do it, or you don't need to. You can cheese this one and feel good about cheesing it. Or you can accomplish it and feel good about accomplishing it. Somewhat better tools. Craft a tool using blackstone and nether wood. If you remember, this one was called before Better Tools. A shorter title. So for what I've done on some of these is I've increased the title because the description you see below, it's squished. The title determines the size of this box. Like I said, we have little control over advancements. There's so much you have to fight with. Craft a stove. A stove worth fighting for, with the little music notes. Craft a stove that cooks all foods way better than you thought possible. See, I read the description before I read the title, because the description is above the title. And that happens to everything that's down here. It's a Minecraft thing. Liquid bone, please don't drink. The blackstone stove will work, but the smelter is better. As I read this out loud, I realize, but the smelter will work better. Sounds more fulsome, so I'll probably make that change, if I remember. More armor than none. Up until before the nether. Maybe you have wooden clogs. Craft a piece of ashen armor, which is essentially leather armor. All right, so that's what I've done. That's what I've done today. These have already been created. I tweaked them a little. Some didn't have the right icon showing. Some I didn't like quite the way the title was working. I accidentally left the description of this as description. As a joke, I changed it to description.zip. I kind of want to leave it like this. I don't know if I will, because it's obviously out of place. Everything else has a real description, but it's kind of funny and it will make people confused. And I think as long as the confusion doesn't throw them off from understanding the map, as long as it doesn't take away from the experience, it's not like jarring. I think a few quirky things like that makes it more interesting. I don't know if that's true. You can tell me. You can tell me what you think. Like, oh, that's kind of stupid. It's ruining the experience. So my next step will be to create, I believe, the third and final tab. I think I want to fit everything else on just one more tab. And it's here's what you do to win the map. Here's the list of accomplishments. Maybe it's a full set of warped armor, which would be netherite. Maybe it's something more interesting, riding a lava strider in full warped armor. I don't know if I can detect all that at once. I think I could detect them that you have it or have had the armor pieces at one point in time and also ride. So you could get the armor, lose the armor, ride the Strider, and that would all count as that advancement. And maybe that's good enough, because if you want to try to defeat the advancements the wrong way, I mean, whatever. If that's fun for you, go ahead. I don't care. But it seems like it could be fun to have some weird things like that mixed in. No fighting a boss. Fighting a boss is dumb. Before I work on making those, I will definitely play through the map enough to try to achieve these on my own, as I did with these. And what that actually helped me do is realize which ones didn't make sense, and then I adjusted some recipes, and I made a few things more easily accessible. And so it's kind of playtesting at the same time as creating, which I don't like to do. I like to plan it all out ahead of time. I think that's better. But because I thought this project would be so small and simple, I didn't do that. I jumped ahead. And I kind of wish I hadn't, because I feel like a lot of these processes that I'm doing now would be so much more efficient. All right, but I don't know how much more I'm going to work on this today, so I think I'm going to call that here. I'd love to hear any feedback you have in the comment section below. But until next time, this has been me. Thanks so much for hanging out. Have a great day.